So to join us here as panelists for the open forum, may I call on Sir Jeffrey Aborot, and once again here on our virtual stage, Mr. Rother Copino. Sirs, please turn on your cameras and be ready to answer questions. So again, for those of you who are streaming this event via Facebook Live, you may type in your questions on the comment box, and to our attendees here on Zoom, we have a Q&A pane, which you can see at the bottom of your screen. Also, so if you have any questions, you can type in your questions there, and we'll make sure to relay it to our panelists over here. All right, so let's proceed to our first question. I think both of our panelists could answer this question. So the first question is, can you share or distinguish the significant features of both the web and mobile app components of Gulay? Sir Luther, yes, please go ahead.
Hello po again. Good afternoon, everyone. So to answer the question po, both the mobile and web application has the same functionality, wherein the end users has the capability to create, update, and monitor their experiments and their experiment profiles, and also research journals. And also, through the applications, they can visualize yung data gathered from the platform and experiment runs. In addition sa mga features ng web application, meron din siyang platform and research project management. Ayan po. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. If you would like to proceed to the next question, the second question is, how do you envision and aim to encourage the youth to benefit from the technologies discussed? And furthermore, where do you see this project going in the next 5 years? Yes, Sir Jeff, go ahead.
Hello. We hope to eventually license the technology to the private industry, so that it can be mass produced, and so that the universities and secondary level schools will have access to the technology for their own research in agri-science. And hopefully, the final product will reach all the corners of our country. So even sa mga rural areas, hopefully magkakaroon ng access yung mga students high school pa lang, so that they would be encouraged to take up courses relating to agriculture science, I mean.
Okay, thank you, Sir Jeff. For the next question, the third question is, do you have any ongoing or upcoming partnerships in the pipeline? So is this something that you're planning to pursue in the next months or years? Yes, Sir Luther.
Currently, yung Gulay project is in its early stage of field testing. And along with the testing phase, ASTI is about to sign a MOA with University of Rizal System as one of our target partner of the Gulay system. Ayan po. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. For the next question we have is, does DOST-ASTI have any other upcoming projects focused on technology-assisted farming? Yes, Sir Jeff.
Actually, ASTI has a group currently, yung Datos group natin, which is doing R&D work in satellite-based mapping technologies, no? So yung mga results ng Datos team have already been adopted in several LGUs in the country to help the farmers, to see, for example, yung condition ng farmlands natin, let's say after a typhoon, so they would see yung coverage nung or effect ng flooding sa area nila. And even yung, for example, farmers would like to see the extent of growth of, let's say, some crops like sugar sa area nila. So may technology na rin na develop yung datos group ni ASTI on this using satellite images. And for the Gulay project naman, by 2022, the project development team will be pursuing the vertical version of the Gulay system. So this will allow researchers to grow more plants for their experiments.
Okay, thank you, Sir Jeff. So as mentioned by Sir Jeff earlier, if you want to know more about either the DATOS project or the Gulay project, both projects are we do have publicity materials for both projects as well as infographics, which you can access on the digital platforms of DOST-ASTI. So that's on our website, our Facebook, and Instagram and Twitter accounts. So in relation to the fourth question, the next one we have is also about the Gulay project. So one of our guests would like to know if is Gulay open source?
Can I take that one?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
As of now, no, dahil ongoing pa yung development ng system, hindi pa finalize yung licensing options for the source code and even the hardware component. But we will be working on the licensing of the system probably by 2022 with ASIS Technology Licensing Office. So whatever the licensing options that will be provided for the system, the team will let the public know through ASTI's media platforms.
Okay, thank you, sir. The next question is, again, I think from one of our guests on the live stream. Are there any toolkits that high school students or even younger students can use so they will be involved with agri-science, particularly with IoT? Yes, Sir Lothar. Go ahead, please.
Aside from toolkits po, we will provide parang assembly manual, instructional manuals, and also conduct trainings for the students and yung mga SUCs na pag-deploy ng Gulay system. Ayun po.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir Jeff, would you like to add to that?
As Ruther has mentioned, we will be providing instructions both for the software component and the hardware component of the system, so that yung mga students natin would also know kung paano ba binild yung system. So in fact, part kasi ng part ng goal natin to encourage the younger generation to get into courses in college wherein they will be able to use information technology to help yung yung agricultural sector natin sa country. So hopefully through the project ma-inspire yung ating mga high school and college students to consider yung career sa agri-tech or agri-science.
Okay, thank you, Sir Jeff. Thank you, Sir Ruther. For the next question we have, it says here, magandang hapon po. Ano-ano po ang mga hakbang na dapat gawin ng mga LGU sa rural area para magamit ang teknolohiya? Yes, Sir Jeff.
Okay, so as of now po, ang mga nakakausap pa lang po na project development team basically ay state universities. And as of now, the intention is to course through the state universities, yun pong pag-reach out natin sa LGU because the reason din po na andyan yung ating mga state universities is to to assist our LGUs in providing solutions to problems within their domain. So we will also explore other options po on how to directly partner with our LGUs for them also to be able to access and use yung eventual final product ng gulay system. But probably that will be 2022 onwards.
Okay, thank you, Sir Jeff. For the next question, one of our guests said, what I have heard from the discussion are purely advantages of IoT and agriculture. May I know what are the fallbacks or not so good things about IoT or possible problems involved with it? So would you like to discuss further, sirs?
Can I have my
Yes.
take on this?
Yes, please.
Yeah, actually this is a very good question. Laging two-sided ang technology. So it can be used for good or for bad. And for the case of IoT, dahil connected network of sensors na kung saan yung output ng sensors will inform yung end user on how to decide in a particular scenario. So and so may malaki yung effect, malaki yung effect ng output ng mga sensors doon sa decision making ng end user ng technology. And so just like other ICT related na mga technologies, of course there is the danger ng mga security related na issues, so syempre may possibility na kung hindi na develop ng maayos yung system, then it could be hacked and we don't know what could happen, so for example, lalo kung critical yung sensors, like let's say sensors measuring some values relating to human health, and then based from the results of the sensor mag-respond yung isang system on how to let's say blood sugar, paano pababain yung blood sugar ng patient. So I think these days may mga sensors na parang pinapatch na lang sa body to measure yung level ng blood sugars ng patient, and then makaka-receive ng information yung end user. And so if ever na magkaroon ng intrusion sa mga ganong systems, then it might be dangerous for the patient kasi pwedeng matamper yung data niya. So that is one siguro possible na danger sa mga interrelated or interconnected na technologies dito sa IoT.
Okay, thank you, sir. For the next question we have, one of our guests are asking, how can private research university can collaborate with you? Please advise. I think this is also related to the next question we have as a follow-up. They're asking if the Gulay system will be implemented only to SUCs. How about private universities who would like to be involved with this? Yes, Sir Jeff.
Actually, we don't really we don't really discriminate kung private or government na institution. As long as mag-express ng interest, then we'll be very willing to collaborate with the institution. So kailangan lang po na ma-inform lang si ASTI about the interest, and then we will get in touch po agad with the institution. As of now lang po, may may mga nauna lang na SUC na naging subject to partnership, but hindi po siya limited to public institutions. Of course, we would be very willing to partner with our private institutions as well.
Thank you, Sir Jeff. So for anyone who would like to collaborate with the DOST-ASTI on technologies like this, you can send an email addressed to our director, Dr. Franz De Leon, and then you can send that over to info@asti.dost.gov.ph, or if you would like to directly get in touch with our project teams, all of their contact details are posted on the DOST-ASTI's official website. So I think we have room for one more question. I think this is for Sir Jeff. For IoT and AI to go hand in hand when it comes to data gathering and monitoring. However, there is what we call experience-based planting, where agriculturists and farmers understand factors such as placement, crop rotation, etc. How will the system adapt to these, and how will this help encourage the youth to pursue the field in helping our agriculture development? Sir Jeff?
Actually, mahalaga po talaga yung yung experiences ng mga farmers natin as input doon sa development ng mga technologies like kulay. And through our partnership din po with siguro as sa mga naunang partnership natin with SUCs, we hope to be able to tap po sa mga partner din nila ng mga farming communities. Since yung pong mga colleges nila na particular sa agriculture science, meron na po silang mga existing partnerships with local farming communities. And so we would want to take advantage po ng mga existing na linkages ng mga SUCs natin and private institutions with these local farming communities. And dapat po talaga na-infuse natin yung experiences ng ating mga, let's say in this case, farmers, doon sa technologies na ginagamit natin, because this will affect them in some way or another, no? Yung pinaka siguro scope po ng gulay system as of its current design, no, is yung mga agriculture scientists natin, no, who are working on R&D projects to further improve yung mga crops natin. And of course, nagbabago na din yung panahon, and we need more resilient crops na pwede nating ma-grow locally. And so yun po talaga yung pinaka-goal nung system, to be able to provide a tool, technology-based tool sa ating agriculture scientists na an aspiring agriculture scientist and agriculture technologists sa pag-conduct nila ng mga R&D na projects nila sa either sa private industry or sa public or private universities.
All right. Thank you, Sir Jeff. Sir Ruther, do you have do you want to add anything to that, or do you have any other insights that you would like to share?
I'm okay na po.
All right. Thank you. So that wraps up our last question for this Q&A portion. Unfortunately, we're a little pressed for time, so that this officially ends the open forum part of our event. Again, big thanks to our guests for your questions and your active participation throughout this event, as well to our panelists, Sir Ruther, Sir Jeff. Thank you very much for taking the time to discuss more about these initiatives. So if you have any more questions that weren't discussed here today, no worries. You can still send us an email at media@asti.dost.gov.ph, and our team will make sure to relay this to the project team. And to all our guests, one last thing. Before we end, may we please invite everyone to turn on their cameras for a quick photo op. Our team should now be promoting you all as panelists to enable your cameras. All right. So while we're waiting for that, just a quick reminder to everyone, don't forget to catch the DOST-ASTI's last webinar for NSTW 2021 happening tomorrow, 1 p.m. on machine learning, alternative or supplementary method for short-term weather forecasting. Our main speaker will be Mr. Elmer C. Peramo of the DOST-ASTI. He will also be joined by some members of the Understanding Lightning and Thunderstorms Project or the ULAT project team as members of the panel. Apart from that, we also have 4 other events happening tomorrow in celebration of the National Science and Technology Week 2021. So tomorrow, Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., we have the Nuclear Applications in Health and Medicine organized by the DOST Philippine Nuclear Research Institute or PNRI. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. we have the Big Mo sa Ifugao, launching of the complementary food processing facility in Ifugao, organized by the DOST Cordillera Administrative Region and Ifugao State University. 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. we have Enhancing Regional Innovation Ecosystem, learning from Orobest and Iligan NICE Innovation Programs, organized by the DOST Regional Office Number 10. Lastly, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. we have Reimagining the Future of R&D with next-gen researchers, a roundtable discussion organized by the DOST Philippine Council for Industry, Energy, and Emerging Technology Research and Development, or DOST PSHERD. All right, I think everyone is ready. So Aldrin or Louis here from our team will be giving everyone a cue for our photo op. So everyone, please hold your smiles and wait for our cue.
Hello everyone, once again, we're inviting to take on your cameras and hold those smiles as we take this opportunity for photo sessions. All right, in count of 3. Smile, 1, 2, and 3. All right, I think that's it for the photo opportunity. Thank you, everyone.
All right. On behalf of the entire Department of Science and Technology, Advanced Science and Technology Institute, thank you very much for being with us this afternoon. This has been Nicole Chavez, your moderator. Stay safe, stay curious, at magandang adlaw po sa ating lahat.